to another episode of Game Time. We are at Valley High School this week with the Valley Vikings and head coach Joe Coleman. Thanks for joining us this week.
Thanks for having us.
Talking to you this season and reflecting upon last year, you said last year maybe you snuck up on a few teams en route to that state title. What about this year's groups? You're in a little different position. You've been number one most of the year.
Right. We had everybody coming back for the most part, but we lost some key parts, and some of those guys we've been trying to replace all year. A guy like Garrett Mosley, who was a leader, emotionally, and so we're trying to find somebody in this group that's going to take that, and we're getting there. We're finally starting to find that guy, and I think we're going to be okay going down the stretch, but it's been awfully tough for sure.
Well, yeah, especially in district. You're in a district with Highland, Del Norte, Academy. How difficult has this been?
I think all 6 teams are capable of being in the state tournament. I think all 5 of them are in the top 10 right now, and I think Bernalillo would be if they weren't in this district right now, if they were playing somewhere else, because they're a handful to play every night. So it has been a battle, and we're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Are you in the toughest district in the state?
I believe so, yeah, top to bottom for sure.
How has the move been to a different classification for you guys?
It's been good. It was something that I was kind of reluctant to get into at the beginning a couple years ago, but it's been great for our kids, great for our school. It's allowing a lot of our programs to be more competitive, and I think that's good for all our kids here at school. It's a wonderful community, and these guys are great representatives of that.
Do you miss those longtime rivals that you've had established for so long?
Yeah, I loved playing Albuquerque High in a district game, a Trisco. Those were fun, but we're starting to form some of those now, and in this district, and it's been a battle every night, and we'll keep going out there and seeing what we can do.
I want to talk a little bit more about this year's team and reflecting on last year's state championship run, but it's time for a break. We'll be back with more Game Time after this.
I thought I was pretty tough until I became a father.
Oh, I hate those things.
What do you mean you hate it?
Real toughness is knowing when you need help.
We've all been there. Fried nerves, no sleep. None of us do it alone. If you need help, you've got to ask for it.
We need to fight for our kids' futures. It's up to all of us to make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Connect with resources and support at pulltogether.org.
Bring you back your love.
Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, did you know one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks? Or that athletes who drink and do drugs are twice as likely to get injured? Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to lifeofanathlete.com to find out today.
Game time!
Welcome back to Game Time. We're at Valley High School this week with the boys basketball team and head coach Joel Coleman, defending state champs. What do you remember most about that title run last year?
Well, just the way the guys came together. I mean, it was something we'd struggled kind of all year to just stay above 500, and we got there at 500, and I thought the way these guys came together was great, and it was something new this year coming in. I've never had a group of guys returning as state champs. We've won before, but we lost that whole team the next year. So I've had to call on some friends and coaches that I know that have done this and had kids coming back to learn how to, prepare ourselves. And I think our guys have been great. Our coaches are awesome. Easy and Anthony have been amazing. I've been very fortunate having Easy around with us, for 18 years I think he's been here. And so, drawing on his expertise and his wisdom has helped also.
What's been the biggest challenge with having so many returning guys?
Getting ready every night, being prepared and knowing that last year wasn't easy. We were lucky all 3 of those games there at the end of the year. We got a break that went our way, and trying to keep these guys to understand that, hey, that was hard. We're just not going to show up and win a game. And we had to have some breaks go our way, and we're going to need the same thing to happen this year just to get into the state tournament in a position to do this. You
surprised a lot of people in last year's state tournament run in March. Did you surprise yourself at all when it was all said and done and you were lifting the blue trophy?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I was a little surprised, but I definitely had confidence in the guys we had. I knew we had some talent, and they really stepped up at the end of the year and played like a team's supposed to play, and the leaders did what they were supposed to do, and the guys that needed to be the guy when it came down to the end of the game did that, and it just all came together at the right time.
Who do you plan to rely on down the home stretch as you guys prepare for the postseason?
Well, I'm going to rely on our seniors to kind of show some leadership. That's what you want from them, and we've got 4 or 5 of them that play a lot, and I'm going to expect them to kind of show the way for the younger guys. The younger guys have played real well, but late in the season, I think you need that senior leadership kids who've been through it before, and that's what I'm hoping will happen as we move forward.
You talk about the seniors. You'd also mentioned earlier, in the 20-plus years that you've been here, this is one of the best group of kids you said you've ever had.
Yeah, I look forward to coming to practice every day. I really do. I enjoy their effort and their energy, but I enjoy them off the court as well. I like listening to them. They don't know that I'm always around hearing what they're doing, but I like being around them. They're good people. They represent our community and our school, and I love coming to practice every day.
As we approach the postseason, how important is it that you get the #1 seed or one of those top seeds?
Well, I mean, like last year, we showed up and we were 7th seed, so anybody can win this thing, and it's nice. It's nice to have, but you know, I think it's, you know, our district's such a bear that getting out of here, you know, being 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to say something about our program, and anybody in our districts could represent us, and we're looking forward to just getting through it and see how we do.
You mentioned say something about your program. I can say something about your program. You got another great team this year.
Thank you, JP.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate
We'll be
it.
back with more Game Time after this. Do you love sports? Do you want a front row seat for exciting high school sports action in New Mexico? If the answer is yes to either of those questions, then becoming an interscholastic sports official may be right for you. The New Mexico Officials Association is looking for individuals age 15 years or older to serve as officials in 10 different sports. No experience is necessary and training is provided. If you're interested, call 505-923-3110. That's 505-923-3110, or go to the website nmact.org and click on the Officials tab.
New Mexico Gas Company rebate programs can help you save money and use energy more efficiently. Your furnace is essential for those colder seasons. Natural gas is the best way to heat your home. A natural gas furnace offers exceptionally even heat. It also costs less than most other heating systems. Have a high-efficiency heater or boiler installed by a participating contractor and earn up to a $375 rebate. For more information on New Mexico Gas Company rebate programs, visit nmgco.com.
The challenge is on. Which school can get the most downloads of the NMAA 24/7 app? Take part in the NMAA 24/7 app download challenge presented by Fiesta Auto Group. It could win your school some money. Starting this week through Sunday, March 8th, we want to see which school can get the most downloads of the best tool to follow high school sports. The winning school will receive $1,500. A winner will be announced for a big school division, Class 4A and 5A, and a small school division, Class A through 3A. The winning school in each of the two categories will be awarded $1,500 at the NMAA State Basketball Championships. There are some rules. First, you have to download the NMAA 24/7 app and register. It's easy. Download the NMAA 24/7 app at the App Store or Google Play. It's free. And make sure to follow your favorite team at your school. You must follow at least one team under the My Teams section. That way we can count your download. Go to your profile on the app and click Edit My Teams. It's just that easy. Also, make sure your notifications are turned on. Once you've done that, then tell your friends and family to do the same. The more downloads your school gets, the better your chances are to win. It's the NMAA 24/7 app download challenge presented by Fiesta Auto Group. Good luck, and make sure to let your community know to download the NMAA 24/7 app. It could result in $1,500 for your school. Welcome back to Game Time. The New Mexico National Guard State Wrestling Championships will take place this Friday and Saturday at the Santa Ana Star Center in Rio Rancho. Now, this is the first year the NMAA has officially sanctioned girls wrestling as a state competition. The girls up in Los Alamos are learning from a coach who's the real deal when it comes to wrestling.
When you're beginning a new sport, you want to learn from the best, and that's what the female wrestlers have up in Los Alamos. Their coach knows what she's doing.
Hardworking, compassionate, super passionate about what she does.
The Los Alamos girls are led by Emily Tu.
I started wrestling in 7th grade, and I wrestled all through high school, and I qualified for boys state 2 times in Missouri. And then I got recruited by Oklahoma City University, and I went there and I wrestled for them for 4 years, and I ended up, I was an undefeated 4-time national champion.
Let's stop right there. Undefeated 4-time national champion. Her record in college was 118-0, with 12 tournament titles during her collegiate career.
She's a great coach. She puts all her time into training us and getting us prepared for everything, and she also really cares about us personally.
Let's see it, Alex, let's go!
Tu not only cares about her wrestlers, she's passionate about the sport. She says there's a place for everyone in wrestling.
Everyone can compete. I'm 106 pounds, 4'9". I'm not good for basketball. I'm not gonna play a lot of sports. I just don't have the body type, but that doesn't mean I can't wrestle. And it's the same way for some bigger girls, some bigger guys.
Currently, there aren't a lot of female coaches in the sport of wrestling.
That's not something that I had. And so I think that's really cool that they can see, there are women doing this.
I feel like I could go to her for like certain problems that I couldn't go to like anyone else for. But also it's super intimidating because she knows exactly like what we go through, so we can't like be really like annoying about our problems.
Tu preaches that wrestling helps you push through an uncomfortable situation or forces you to have a little more grit, not only on the mat, but for life's obstacles.
It's not about wins, losses, it's about learning and another thing like analyzing yourself. How do I learn? How do I make this better? How do I fix this little problem that I'm having in a wrestling match? But that doesn't have to just be wrestling. That could be I'm having this problem in a relationship that I have, or I'm having this problem retaining this information. What can I do to make that better? And I try and push that.
Just do our best. Push as hard as we can. That's really her goal. She doesn't want us to win, she wants us to push ourselves.
According to their coach, the Los Alamos girls are still a little green when it comes to wrestling, but that's not what's important to her. She's about building a foundation.
They're beginning to fall in love with the sport like I did, and I think that's really the important thing. We're going to get there. We're going to, Coach Hatt keeps telling me that Rome wasn't built in a day, and it wasn't built in a day or 2 days or a season. But, we're getting there, and we're introducing a whole new sector of people into the great sport of wrestling, and I think that's just amazing.
Amazing. A description that applies to the accomplishments of the Los Alamos girls wrestling coach and the potential they have as a program.
Again, the New Mexico National Guard State Wrestling Championships are Friday and Saturday at the Santa Ana Star Center in Rio Rancho. Those are the same days the swimmers will be in the pool for the U.S. Bank State Swimming and Diving Championships at Albuquerque Academy. We'll have highlights on our website and a recap on next week's show. Speaking of recaps and state championships, some state titles were handed out last weekend at the state bowling finals. Here's a look at what happened in the lanes.
The Class 5A state final came down to a battle between Volcano Vista and defending state champ Rio Rancho. The Rams controlled the first 2 games of the 3-game match, but the Hawks rallied in the final game to keep it close. The Rams needed a strong finish on their final throw, and they got it with a strike. The Rams won their 3rd straight state title, winning by just 2 pins.
I was a little nervous because, I really wanted to win it for everybody, and it's hard when you have to throw the last shot, but, I tried to throw it the best I could, and luckily I got it.
I'm so happy that I was able to do this. I'm so proud of my team, and I'm so happy I have the coaches that I do because they're honestly some of the best coaches around in my opinion, and I'm so proud of this team. We're such a close-knit group of friends. I'm just so proud of all of them.
On day 2 of the state bowling championships, another pair of blue trophies were handed out. In Class A through 3A, it came down to East Mountain and Sandia Prep. The Timberwolves were better than the Sun Devils in all 3 games, winning the title for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, I started my sophomore year and we've won since then. So I've won my sophomore, junior, and senior year.
Artesia and Powake went head-to-head in the 4A final. The Bulldogs displayed their dominance once again, winning a state title for the 4th year in a row.
Honestly, it's really indescribable. Like, the feeling after just being with the team, connecting with them after 4 years of doing it, it's just crazy.
That's going to do it for another episode of Game Time. Remember to watch us every week for the most comprehensive high school sports show out there. Basketball, wrestling, bowling, all in one show? Nobody else does that. Until next time, here's your meme of the week.